Welcome to Discover Janesville. We are sitting at the Janesville Performing Arts Center on the stage of the Janesville Little Theater production, The Moon is Blue. It's important to mention that because this is neither my house nor Rob's. This part of the show is underwritten by the Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board, and I am glad to welcome to the show Rob Phelps. Rob, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You are a real celebrity. I was looking online, and you were featured in a New York Times story on Janesville, and you were kind of a success story in a way because you were at Lear for 13 years, and you, of course, you got laid off, and then you are now at Blackhawk Technical College, going and taking some classes there.
Yeah.
And how is that working for you?
It's going good. It's an adjustment. I mean, it's I'm going full time, so that's my full time job. So
what is that like being back to school?
You have to knock the dust and cobwebs out of up here, but it's fun. I mean, it's something I enjoy. I'm in the culinary arts program, and
there's a great picture in the New York Times, actually, of you cutting the meat there. It kind of answers all the questions of what you're doing. It's not nursing, that's pretty clear.
No. I thought it'd be more intimidating. There's a lot of people that are down there that are my age, and I think the average age in the last year or 6 months went from 19 to 35, but so
now you're in the majority.
Right. Certain classes, and it's a mix of everyone in each class. And
so the instructors are working with you as far as...
Yeah, very well, in fact. I mean, I haven't had any opposition with asking questions or saying, hey, whoa, slow down, let's back up the bus a little bit because we haven't done this in 20 years, so...
And you've just recently started out...
Yes. Yes.
Now, when were you laid off from Lear? When did that period end?
I was laid off technically in July, the end of June.
Okay, and how did you go, what steps did you go through from July to where you are now? How did that go?
Well, at first I thought, when they told us, we knew it was coming, we kind of, and you can't totally prepare for it. You think there's always that glimmer of hope that you keep your job, but I thought my first reaction was, wow, I can go back to school, but talking with the family and crunching the numbers, it just wasn't in the cards. It didn't pan out, so I wasn't going to go to school and sacrifice everything, losing my house and credit and whatever, to just because I had to get an education. And I signed up at the job center for the MSSC program in that at the job center, which is the Manufacturing Standard Skills Council. So
these are some additional new certifications.
Additional education, yeah. And so I went through that and passed all 4 modules, and actually I was the first one in the program to pass all the modules.
Definitely, to be the first one to graduate from a program, I think that's pretty impressive.
So then I was going to go that route, and in the meantime look for a job. But I had interviews and applications sending out. Now with the emails, you can send everything online or hand deliver them. I tried all the different angles, and came to no avail. Well, and we're coming to the point, January's coming around, and I'm running out of unemployment. What do I do? Yeah. I had talked to my wife before this, and I said, if we can, maybe because she worked part-time, and I said, maybe you should look for a full-time job, because she's an administrative assistant. She has a degree in that. So I said, maybe if both of us are looking, some of us, something's going to bite, So fortunately, she just happened to be, she checked out the weekend website every day and found a full-time position with the school district here in Janesville. She called me. I was having lunch with my friends that were already enrolled in school, and she called me and she said that she got the second interview and she got the job, and I went right from there down to Blackhawk and filled out my schedule. I walked in there, I said, I want to start this semester. What classes can I get into? Give me a schedule. That's all I said.
Wow.
And now I'm, we're on the 6th week. So I'm they call us the tweeners. We're in between semesters. But it's going well. I mean, and there's a lot of people that are doing that. They've tried their route. A lot of people I've talked to that I've worked with have done that, or are planning on. There's some that are planning on taking classes this summer, or taking remedial classes to get into their generals.
And there are some opportunities, of course, that are up here once you've completed your education.
Oh, yeah. And education is something an employer can't take away from you.
You had a really good quote in that New York Times article. It said, "Things happen for a reason," Mr. Phelps said. "I strongly feel there was some intervention here. The plant shutdown opened up a lot of doors for me." That's really a good way to look at things, I think.
You can try to do things your own way for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, everything is right there in front of you, and you just say, well...
Sometimes not everyth's in your control, but you can still do things about it.
Exactly.
So now working with the job center, was that a pretty easy process for you?
The first wave of the layoffs at Lear anyway started in April, and so they had certain time frame to get the things involved and the things in place.
Yeah.
And I think that was the same as me and a lot of other people. There was still that glimmer of hope that everything's going to be okay. We're just going to go back to normal. We're going to wake up and this is all going to be a bad dream.
Everything's going to be just like it always was.
Right. And now I think it's gotten, they've gotten better. It's gotten better. I still there's quirks. There's still the amount of people that they have to deal with. I mean, they're used to dealing with, I don't know how many on the average go in there for extra training or help with their finding a job or whatever. And now there's
a big demand.
Yeah.
If
you drive by that parking lot any time of the day, it's jam-packed full because of the the shortness of employees and the number of people they have to deal with. There's a lag time there that is inevitable.
But it pays to stick it out.
It does. It's like anything. If the schooling and stuff, and you have to go through the steps to get enrolled and to get keep your things going, and it's a lot of things to do, but you have to do it, and it's that's your full-time job.